here, all right, do you all like eating? Are y'all hungry?
Yeah.
Well, I certainly am, and my favorite food is meat. I'm a huge carnivore, and meat I love even more than just regular meat is free meat. And this meat I have here today is free, and I'm going to go ahead and show you all. It's genuine deer meat that I shot and killed myself.
Wow.
All right. I'm going to first start by telling you that there are different types of deer meat. You got your steak, which is what you're eating today. You got your tenderloin, your sweet meat. That comes from the back of the deer. Then you got your burger, which comes from like your neck of the deer and then your front shoulders. And and jerky as well that you get from the hips. Now, deer steak comes from the back hip of the deer. It's where you get the biggest chunks of meat at. Now, with this deer meat here today, I've already had some cooking that way because I'm very short in time. So the spices that I'm going to be showing you that I'm using today, I got salt-free seasoning. You just barely put it all over this stuff right here because it will make it taste real good. And then I got Italian seasoning as well. Let me just get fancy with the spices up here. I got some garlic to give it a little tang because I'm from the South and I don't like none of that bland stuff. I got some cooking. Just barely pour a little bit on it. Makes it real tender. And in this pan, since it's not a real grill, I just barely get my grease out. Now, I did have an interview prepared today from one of my friends. His name is Bubba Asbury. And like me, he's very, very country. But with Bubba, you can't understand very well half the time. Okay, so just bear with me. So I'm going to have to click on this right here, guys. How about, can someone tell me how to turn the sound up first?
The little dial on.
This one?
Yeah. There you go.
An expert on how to kill, skin, and gut a deer. Now, we don't have the deer with us today because it might be a little gruesome, but we're going to demonstrate on this here black bear wall we got right here. So, Bubba, can you go ahead and tell me about how you can do this?
Well,
Sorry for the laughter.
there's two ways of skinning a deer.
All right, so two ways.
Now, if it's a shooter buck, as I call it, that's a big mainframe buck that you are willing to mount. Then there are management bucks and management days you take care of hunt season.
All right.
Now, if it is a shooter buck, you hang them up by the back hoofs, behind the dew claws,
Right back here.
and what you do, you make a small incision in the back leg, you take it all the way up to the ham quarters. That is the hind end of the deer on both sides. And when you do that, you slowly peel the hide backwards, from back all the way to its head. When you get up to the front shoulders, you slowly make an incision right here. Bring it all the way on the inside where it's easy for the taxidermist to sew back on both sides. Then you go about right here and you cut it off. You leave meat and all of that deer in there. So if you're doing a management buck or a management dog,
Oh, we're going to take a spit break.
My wife called.
Go ahead and tell me about the different types of meat you're going to get off this deer now. Go and tell me about the sweet meat and all that good jazz. Can you go and tell me about that, please? You got a little bit of dick hanging. A little bit of snuff hanging from your hair. You might want to get that. People in the classroom don't really want to see that. I'm laughing.
well, your back straps are going to come off the spinal cord. Get about right there. You cut down the backbone all the way down here. You go up here and slice that 45-degree angle. Bring it back down. You go back out 45-degree angle. And that keeps it off the shoulders. And right here is a good part of the meat, the grind, the burgers, whatever you want to do.
That's good for making spaghetti. I mean, any kind of hamburger helper, especially when you pull around here, because we pour for it. We do hamburger helper real good. All right, can you go and tell me what the steak is? 'Cause this meat I'm going to be feeding to the classroom today, so we got to get our steak off the deer. So where's that at?
My personal steak. The
You don't
butterfly steak.
The butterfly steak.
Now, how I do my butterfly steak, I take the tenderloin, or, as known in Southwest Virginia, the backstrap.
The back strap. Or tenderloin. It's in here.
And I take that, and I lay it out here. It's like about 2.5, 3 foot long, depending on the size of the deer you harvested this year. And you take it, you make one incision, about 4 inches from top to bottom. You just make that incision. And what you do, you just go on back about 4 inches, cut that. But what happens, you didn't cut all the way through the first one, so you cut through the second one. That makes a butterfly steak. That is my personal favorite.
It is so delicious. You can grill it. You can put your mushrooms on it, your sauteed onions. And usually, we don't do this because we're Christian folk around here, but the only cooking for cooking, you get you a per se Bud Light, and you take your Bud Light can, and you pour it a little bit on your steak. Now, we don't drink beer around here because we Christian folk, like I said, right, Bubba?
That's positive.
That's the problem. All right, folks, we thank you today. This is my friend Bubba Hansberry, and we country, and we hope
You can be too. And that is my presentation. Now, I'm going to hand out some deer meat.
Oh my goodness. All right, give Nick some feedback and then you can go up